Are some of my favorite looks from the Met Gala. Now, I was actually expecting a little bit more fun, color, more texture, mixing textures and patterns. The theme was tailored for you. There was going to be inspiration from menswear, black style, dandyism, and this was actually the first time since 20 not 20 2003 that the theme, and if I'm not mistaken also the exhibit from the Costume Institute, centered menswear. So a lot of my favorite outfits are going to be very much menswear inspired because if you didn't know, I do like to mix a little bit of menswear styling into my outfits. So yeah, I was just expecting more color, more colorful suits. A lot of the good suits or a lot of the good outfits were definitely black and white. So, according to this Elle article that I'm reading, there was 153 looks at this year's Met Gala. And like I said, there was a few outfits that, or a few looks that I did like, but they were white, they were black. So I was okay. I was expecting a little bit more like accessorizing, a little bit more playfulness with that. So if I don't mention maybe something that you liked, then that's kind of why, if it was a black or white look. I was going to have my top 10, but then I was looking through the photos of this article that I was reading, and I was like, there's just so many. Well, not there's so many, but I thought I had top 10, and then I had like a list of more than 10. So I have it divided into notable mentions and then my top faves. I'm saving the best one for last. And I think if we're on the same wavelength, you already know which one's my favorite one. Like, if you guessed which one's my top, I have my top, let me see, my top three. These were hard. Obviously, my top number one, you, you have to know who it is. Okay, let's start with notable mentions. I have Whoopi Goldberg. I love the take on the dress, the suit, the hat. Love it all. I liked Miles Chamley Watson. He had a colorful suit. There was a lot of black suits, a lot of white suits, cream, and a lot of neutrals. So that was nice to see. Um, One of the coolest reveal this year, because I don't think we had any other cool reveals, but a cool reveal this year was Damson Idris and Tommy Hilfiger. Loved also that he was also wearing color and he had a fun reveal. Kiki Palmer, she was wearing Vera Wang, and Anita Ko is what she was wearing. Gabby Thomas. I have an honorable mention for Leon Bridges since he reps Texas. He already kind of dresses like this, so like his outfit wasn't bad. I just feel like there was opportunity to add a little more accessorizing. Like he could have maybe added like I don't know, like a cowboy hat with like a feather or something. I don't know. There was something missing in his look. I also really liked Amy Lou Wood's outfit. She was wearing Cartier, Manano Blahnik hue, and custom Bombas socks. And I actually like that she wore her hair up. Sometimes when you wear your hair down, it can take away from your outfit or from your look. For example, Shakira, the dress was nice, but I feel like the dress was just fighting with her beautiful hair. I just think there could have been something that could have been done differently. For example, I feel like Dua Lipa always wears her hair down. So I was very surprised that she actually wore it up this time, because I think that's also happened with Dua Lipa where she'll wear a really nice outfit and then her hair just kind of doesn't really give the look justice. I'd also like to add that I really like the draping from her blazer. I feel like that made her look a little bit more interesting. If that draping wasn't there, I think it would have just been another crowd blazer with, I believe she's wearing a skirt or shorts. I could be wrong. I also really like the socks, that they really completed the look. They had flowers, and I feel like if she was maybe, I mean, I feel like if she wore maybe no socks and just the tights, it would have maybe kind of made her look not necessarily longer, but it kind of just made the look a little bit, I guess, maybe cohesive in a way. But I do like the socks, like it cuts it up and it does make the look even interesting when you're looking from the top to the bottom of the look. Okay, let's get into my top faves. This was hard. Like I wanted to have just 10, but It was actually hard. And I do want to say that this is probably maybe like my second favorite Met Gala. I really liked the 2018 theme, Heavenly Bodies and the Catholic Imagination. Maybe probably because I grew up Catholic and then also because I got to see the exhibit at the Met. So that was really cool. And I know there have been other cool or like other fun themes, but I wasn't really consuming the Met Gala at that time. But for me, once I started consuming the Met Gala content, 2018 Heavenly Bodies, Catholic Imagination is still one of my top ones. So some of my top faves. Let's start with the Latinos that I liked what they wore. Obviously, Bad Bunny. He was in Prada. I feel like if I was a celebrity, I too would also be, I would be a Prada girly. Like, I want to be a Prada girly. So I did love his outfit. And I actually also really liked his nod to Puerto Rico. The hat that he was wearing, I already knew. I was like, yep, that is Puerto Rican. And it's made with palm leaves. And so the hat that he was wearing was obviously made with the same material from the Prada, but I like that he still gave that nod. And that was very fun, very creative. Gotta give that to him. And I believe Bad Bunny maybe was the only guy that had like a bag with him. So that was nice. I also really liked Maluma. He was wearing Willie Chavarria, very suit inspired. I am really glad that he did not go with a neutral color. He went with a fun pattern. I think he had a feather, and I also loved Willie Chavarria's outfit as well. I was actually really excited and really proud. Not that she cares, Jenny. I feel like a lot of the Blackpink girlies always go for like a short dress, very simple. From what I can remember, they're always wearing something really simple, a short, cute little dress. But I really like that Jenny wore like pants and like a dress and a hat, like, and she was in Chanel. Really loved her look this year. It was very different from her previous years, so that was really nice to see. Also, Janae Monet, I already knew she was gonna deliver. I already knew she was gonna have this look locked in. Actually, Janelle Monet also had a fun reveal. This was covering an outfit that she had underneath. I like the play with like the illusion with the stripes and the shape of it. So this was also, I think, another thing that also made her look very interesting. And I liked the hat and the monocle accessory. This is an honorable mention because Laura Harrier was in Gap Studio, and according to this Instagram account I follow, Sustainable Baddie, this was a sustainable outfit, and we love when someone at big events like the Met Gala wears a sustainable um, look or materials or anything related to that. I think this is my only white guy in my top list. I actually really liked what Patrick Schwarzenegger was wearing. He was in Balmain. I liked the silhouette of his outfit. I liked the stripes. I thought he was wearing like I thought he was just wearing like a yellow V-neck, but he was wearing some sort of like wrapping inside. So I really liked that. He had a handbag, a little like bag as well, and if I'm not mistaken, gloves. And so I actually really liked his outfit. I was surprised. I didn't want to like his outfit as much as I did, but I really did. Angela Bassett wore Burberry and Masika. Angela Bassett, she just doesn't fail. Angela Bassett did the thing. Nicki Minaj. I like Nicki Minaj looks. It's a dress, but it's still pretty much in theme for what I was envisioning for the theme. For Nicki Minaj's look, I also liked the hair accessory. I also think the decorated shoulder also made this look more interesting. I feel like if she didn't have that decorated shoulder, the flowers on there, the dress might have been almost like very much Office Siren. I think it would have given us what Kendall Jenner's look gave us, which is, I'm sorry, it gave us nothing. It just gave us Office Siren and not necessarily tailored for you or dandyism or anything at all. So I do think that the shoulder really elevated this dress. Also, it looks like she has from this photo, I can't really tell, almost like a white, like representing like a white shirt underneath. And it also appears that one of the sleeves is longer than the other ones. So that's a nice detail that you could see. Cardi B, was definitely playing with textures, with silhouettes. That's what I really wanted. People playing with silhouettes. I was expecting big, big shoulders. I wanted big blazers, big playfulness, you know? But I liked what Cardi B wore here. Lauren Hill, oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Color, accessories, silhouette, absolutely.
Hill, I also really like the, what is it, like a sculptural cape that she had. She could have just done a regular cape like most people have done, which that's completely fine. But I like that she went for something sculptural, geometric. We also have the umbrella, a bag to go with it. Her tie could have been the same color as her bag, but I actually like that she went for that. It almost looks like a maroon, a dark brown. And then also that aside from having her tie, she had a necklace on there. And like I mentioned, I wanted to see color on this carpet. Like I think sometimes we don't see enough color in carpets. A lot of people go with, like I mentioned earlier, black, white, cream, just very neutral colors. And I feel like the Met Gala is the event that you can play with color. So I like that she did that.
Doja Cat was definitely my favorite no pants look. Some of the girlies went without pants. Love that. But I really like the way Doja Cat did it. And I like that she, like I mentioned, big shoulders. There was a play with her, like she had like a corset or like a, you know what I'm talking about. Like the pointy boob. There was just a lot of geometric to it. Everything about it. Doja Cat. Doja Cat. Tessa Thompson, mhm, exactly what I wanted to see. The play with the silhouette, you see how the dress, there's volume. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see more. Rihanna. I loved Rihanna's look. How can you not? The queen of always being late. I like being late to things and I like being the last one to get there. People are always annoyed by that, but thank you, Rihanna, for validating us people who like to be late on purpose. So, yes, loved Rihanna.
Rihanna's look, I also just noticed that her skirt is actually a blazer. I don't know if anyone noticed that. I missed that the first night actually. So it's, she has a little cropped blazer, she has a little neck collar and like an embellished necktie, and then her skirt is actually a blazer. So it's going, the collar of the blazer is what's at her waist, and then the buttons, how you would button the blazer, and then the sleeves are tied behind her. And I thought that was so clever. I did see the sleeves tied behind her in other pictures besides this one that I have on the screen, but I didn't really understand why it was like that. I still thought it was very interesting and cool that she had the blazer tied up, because there's been times where I've tied up my blazer like that. But then when I was looking at the photo again while I was editing this video, I was like, wait a second, she is wearing the blazer as a skirt.
Also, the beautiful host, Ego Nodim. I said her name wrong, but Ego. She was wearing custom archival Christopher John Rogers. Beautiful. I love the peplum. I love the suit. Love a good blazer. Love a good pant. And the hair completed the look. That's exactly what we needed. Obviously, Coleman Domingo, he already has amazing style. This was his night. This was his night to shine. And he did.
Coleman Domingo also was playing with textures. These photos don't really do justice, but I saw another photo in another article. I think it was a Washington Post article, and it was more of a close up of the blazer, like the midpoint. It was more like a detailed shot, and the material from the blazer is different from the shirt that he's wearing. So I like that there was that texture mixing. Besides, also he's mixing patterns. He has like a checkered blazer, and then he has polka dots on his necktie, and then the floral and also has polka dots, but then also the inside shirt, like the collared shirt, is ribbed and textured. So I like all of that mixture. That's exactly what I wanted to see. And the cape look was definitely a tribute to Anjalion Tally.
Okay, we're getting to my top three, y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go with Jodie Turner Smith. She was wearing Burberry. Can we just admire this look? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Amazing. Okay, my top two. Okay, Doeshi. I already knew. I already knew. I think we all knew. We already knew she was going to just deliver, feed us, everything. And I love this look because she was the only one that wore shorts. And I love that her shoes are kind of like also very chunky. Everything about this outfit. The tail in the back. I know I'm saying this wrong, but like the way her tuxedo tail. I would wear this look. I would wear a look like this. I love this outfit. I would wear this. This is amazing. I love it. I love the shoes. I love the shorts. I love everything. The socks. Okay, y'all. My number one favorite look of this Met Gala. I think we already know. If you didn't guess it, I don't know what to tell you. You don't know me. You don't know me. Tiana Taylor. Are you kidding me? Best outfit, hands down. The cape, the pants, the suits, the accessory, the hat, the do rag. Like the mixing of everything is just, I was just staring at her the whole time. Like I could not get enough of that outfit. She was wearing Marc Jacobs. Favorite look. Favorite look, Tayana Taylor.
Another thing I wanted to add about Tayana Taylor's look is that instead of going with a tie, she went with jewelry that represented a tie. Well, like I said, I love this outfit. I just love this outfit. It's just so beautiful to look at. She's so beautiful to look at, obviously. But I do feel like maybe the tie might have made the look a little bit more rigid in a way. And I do like that the jewelry, like the jewelry that's representing her tie, does make it more playful. And then another thing that I like is that she's wearing socks with her heels, if I'm not mistaken from this photo. She's wearing socks. She could have gone without socks and it would have been fine, but I do think the socks really complete the look, which is kind of what I said about Amy Lou Wood earlier. So I don't know. I like socks. I'm paying attention to the socks, and so that's just another thing I wanted to add about this amazing look that I cannot get over.
She's my favorite look. The end. Period. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Who was your best? Who was your favorite? Who was your best? Who was your favorite? What was your favorite look from the carpet? My top one was Tayana Taylor. Like I cannot stop. Cannot stop talking about it. Thinking about her look. Everything was about the look was perfect. The way she just pieced everything together. I mean, obviously, yeah, maybe she had a stylist, but y'all, the assignment was understood. She delivered. I think she just, I love it. I love it so much. But yes, those are my favorite looks. What were your favorite looks from the Met Gala? I'd love to know. This was fun. And thank you for watching. Toodaloo.